After this year's unprecedented fire season, rural Oregon fire districts say they are concerned about the lack of confirmed funding for the Summer Staff Grant. This wildfire season alone, 1.9 million acres burned in Oregon, compared to the typical 300,000 to 400,000 acres in an annual year. And while nothing is certain, there is a pattern of growth.
It's really hard to guess, but yeah, I mean, if you look at the historic levels, it does seem like a upward trend as far as fire activity on the landscape throughout any given fire season.
The Oregon State Fire Marshal says this may be the new normal.
This is our new reality. And so how do you meet, not only from a capacity standpoint, but a mitigation and prevention standpoint, our new reality in Oregon? And that
fire crews say a lot of their issues can be resolved with better funding. For the last 3 years, the Oregon State Fire Marshal Summer Staff Grant has provided thousands of dollars in funding to rural fire districts, in some cases doubling their staffing capabilities. But the lack of confirmation that the grant will be available next year has many rural fire departments concerned.
But I think there's a large concern among the rural fire districts about this going away and their ability to fight fire. And so knowing that, I know that this is one of our agency's #1 priorities in terms of working through the process.
About 94% of Oregon's fire districts are volunteer or combination departments. And according to the state fire marshal, they're mostly in rural areas where most fires happen. But volunteer retention is also a huge challenge, and hiring more staff would require more funds than they can get. The path to fixing this isn't clear. What might help to increase retention of these volunteers?
Boy, I wish I knew that answer. I'm sorry to laugh on. I just, that's an ongoing conversation. I wish I had an answer.
As rural fire districts continue to face funding issues, Chief Chad Minter with the Coburg Rural Fire District says one of the best ways to help is to volunteer. And if that's not possible, make your voice heard with local and state policymakers to make sure fire agencies are getting the funds they need. Reporting in Coburg, Madison Yeesh, KECI 9 News.